Hi everybody, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney, and sorry about the lighting, guys. The sun is just coming straight in. But thank you for joining me. I'm here to answer your immigration questions. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. We help clients all throughout the United States with their immigration cases. So I'm on here and I am here to really answer your questions. So if you have immigration questions, if you're trying to file an application, if you're trying to figure out if you're eligible for a work permit, for a green card, if you want a way to get status in the United States, or maybe you're a victim of abuse, your spouse isn't helping you, many different situations, and you want your questions answered, here's an opportunity for you to ask them. Obviously, this is going to be informational since I don't know your immigration history, so this is just information. It's not legal advice because I don't know your specific situation, so I can give you some general kind of feedback and comments. But if you would like to schedule some time to talk about your specific case, please feel free to call our office, or you can go online and schedule online at 703-348-1663. We are open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. But no matter where you are in the U.S., we can help you with your immigration case, and we do handle many different types of immigration cases. So we do humanitarian cases, family cases, and also employment cases as well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take some questions, put them in. Hello, thank you for saying thank you for saying hi. I always love it when folks that are joining us introduce themselves, tell me where you're watching from, tell me your question or your situation if you feel comfortable. If you don't want me to read your question out loud or connect it to you, put that in your comments so I don't put your name on there. Hi Roller, I like your username. Thanks for joining, and hopefully you have some kind of, if you have an immigration question, I'm happy to answer that for you. Okay, let me get started with some that come up, and I think it will be helpful to you guys because it's a common myth, right? It's a common myth. So sometimes people ask, or people are told, that if they don't have immigration status in the U.S., it's okay because they're married to a U.S. citizen. So can I get deported if I'm married to a U.S. citizen, right? Can I get deported if I'm married to a U.S. citizen? So the answer is, if you don't have status in the U.S., if you don't have permission to be in the U.S., you can get deported. You can be removed from the country. Right now, in this administration, if you don't have kind of a criminal history, if you don't have certain factors present, you won't just, someone won't come knocking at your door to remove you. But at any point, if you don't have status in the U.S., even if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can get removed. So being married to a U.S. citizen, what it does is give you options. So you might be eligible for a green card if your spouse is willing to sponsor you. But even if they're not willing to sponsor you, right, you might still be eligible for a green card. So if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, your marriage is not going well, your spouse is refusing to sponsor you for a green card, you might be eligible to apply for your own green card. So just being married alone is not something that will keep you in status. You have to have permission to remain in the U.S. to prevent yourself from being removed from the country. Okay? Call us if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We can talk about your specific case, your immigration history. Of course, everything we're talking about now is not confidential. We have people joining us from various different platforms, and I don't know your immigration history, so I don't know necessarily, right, if what I'm saying is going to apply to you. So if you want specific immigration advice related to you, call us and schedule a consultation, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. Fun Size is saying, where are you located? So we're located right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia, right? So that's outside of D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. We help clients no matter where in the U.S. they are. Some of our clients are even outside the U.S., so we can help you no matter where you are located. So give us a call. As long as it has to do with U.S. immigration, we can usually help you. All right. Okay, I hope that answers your question. And I see some Spanish questions. We do have folks on our staff who speak Spanish, so they can help us translate. They can join our consultation if you would like. I myself do not speak Spanish, although I'm learning some words quite quickly, but I will require a translator. So if you're putting your questions here in Spanish, I cannot understand you, and I'm sorry because I don't have a translator with me right now. Okay, how safe is the travel document? Someone is asking here, how safe is the travel document? So if you have a travel document, you can travel. As long as you're authorized to travel, you can travel. I do advise some of our humanitarian clients who haven't had status for a long time to just wait until you get a green card. If you've already been in the US without status, unless it's an emergency, I would say just wait until you get a green card. Okay, so it is, we've had people travel with that have not had status and they've had no issue coming back, but there are certain ports of entry that are more problematic than others. I would suggest waiting till you have a green card before you travel, but people have done it without issue, so you can do that too. So it's up to you on what level of risk you want to take, but I would say save that for emergencies only if you're out of status. All right, give us a call, 703-348-1663 if we can help you with your green card application, or maybe figure out what you might be eligible for. Okay. Sakam Singh says, hello, hi, thank you for joining us. How long will a family case take? So it depends, right? It depends on, are you a U.S. citizen? Are you sponsoring your parents? Are you sponsoring your children? Is the person in the United States? Is the person abroad? So if in the United States and you qualify, you don't need a waiver or anything like that, it can be pretty fast, about 1.5 years or so, I would say, on the longer side, maybe even less than that. If the person that you're sponsoring is outside of this country, depending on your relationship to them, depending on their age, for example, it can take a lot longer. So it's hard to say, but it can be as short as 1.5 years, but you want to have a consultation to make sure that, one, you can sponsor the person that you're thinking about sponsoring, but also get a sense of how long it's taking for the folks in that country. Okay, give us a call if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Can I leave the U.S. while my adjustment of status application is pending? Right? Can I leave the United States while my green card application is pending? So just remember, if you have a green card application pending, you want to apply for a travel document if you're in the U.S. So you can apply for advanced parole, which can give you travel authorization to travel outside the country while your green card application is pending. And if you qualify, it's okay if you've been out of status, right? If you qualify for this kind of benefit, it's sometimes okay if you've been out of status, you can still travel outside while your green card application is pending. But you don't want to do it without the travel authorization, because then your application will be considered abandoned. So that's something very, very important to keep in mind. Don't abandon your application without knowing the process. So if you have a green card application pending, make sure that you have travel authorization before you travel internationally. Okay, call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. We're also on Facebook. We're on our website where you can go 24 hours a day and schedule a consultation with me. If you would like to do one by phone or by Zoom, you can go ahead right now, see my calendar, make the payment, and I will see you on Zoom or by phone if you decided to choose phone as your consultation option. Okay, call us if we can help, 703-348-1663. Okay, how much to file for a child under 10 in another country? So number one, we got to figure out, can you actually sponsor this child, right? We don't know. If someone is outside the country, the usual green card application fees are probably between $1,200 and $1,300 right now, approximately. You pay at different points in time. You want to see if you qualify. You want to make sure nothing else is required, like a waiver. There's a whole bunch of other items that could come into play, so we need to, I can't tell you exactly, but usually if everything is straightforward, it's somewhere between $1,200 and $1,300 to sponsor somebody, a family member who is abroad. All right, and this doesn't, of course, include travel fees or anything like that. Call us if we can help, 703-348-1663. All right, so what is advanced parole, right? What is advanced parole? So advanced parole can be used for different types of applications, but the most common one is to let you travel while your green card application is pending. So if you're in the United States and you have an adjustment of status application filed, you can also at the same time and for no additional cost file for advanced parole, which gives you authorization to travel once you receive the approval for the advanced parole, right? If you travel without advanced parole, your application will be considered abandoned, so you definitely don't want to do that, okay? Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. If you know of other people that have immigration questions that might want to benefit from speaking with an attorney or asking a question, make sure you share this post with them. If you don't already follow us or like us on our social media platforms, you can watch us on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram. So I'm streaming live currently on all 4 platforms. Our handle is Agarwal Immigration on all of them. So feel free to follow us, like us, share this with others so they can hop on and ask questions as well. I do come on frequently, but I don't come on at the same time every day. So if you want to be notified of when I'm on live, just make sure that you're following our page, liking us, so then you can be notified, and of course share this with folks that might have immigration questions that might benefit from being able to ask that one-off question with an attorney. If you want to have a longer conversation about your immigration case, make sure to call our office, schedule a consultation, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha. It's Pratibha Agarwal, and you can also find us on our Facebook page, our website, and you can see my availability and schedule a consultation at any point in the day if you would like to do that. So you can choose your time and make the payment and schedule a consultation, get on my calendar. You can let me know if you would like Zoom or phone when you do that. Okay, but you can also feel free to call our office if you want to schedule a time to speak. All right, great. Let me see if I have a bunch of questions here. Let me get through them, guys. Okay. All right. How long is the wait for a child applying for a parent in the U.S.? Okay, great. So if it's a parent green card, so if the person, obviously the person sponsoring is a U.S. citizen, because only U.S. citizens can sponsor their parents. It's actually pretty fast, I would say, fast relatively speaking. It takes about 1.5 years or so to go through the full green card process for a U.S. citizen sponsoring their parents, right? So it's faster if everyone's already in the U.S. It can take a little bit longer if the people are abroad, but within about 6 months or so, you should get a work authorization, you should get social security number, and then also travel authorization, which should let you go in and out of the country if you don't have other status to take you in and out of the country. Okay? How long does it take for a work permit to come? I submitted an I-130 on November 25th. So unless you submit an adjustment of status application, an I-130 alone will not give you a work permit. So you have no basis to get a work permit if you've only submitted what's called an I-130 petition. So if you submitted an I-130 petition and the adjustment of status application, which is your green card application, then it can take between 6 and 8 months to receive work permit. But if you didn't submit the right forms, you can't expect to get a work permit. You have to apply for your work permit. You have to have a basis to receive a work permit, which would be your adjustment of status application, and that can take between 6 and 8 months. Hope I answered your question there. Okay? All right. If I don't qualify for VAWA, what other options are there, right? So many times people who maybe are married to like an H-1B visa holder, if you're here in H-4 status and your spouse is abusive. So this I see more often than I would like to. We have people call us, they're here in the US, they're married to someone who's an H-1B visa holder, and that person is abusive to them. And they call us and they ask about VAWA, which is basically a way to get a green card for people who are married to U.S. citizens or green card holders, right? So as an H-4 beneficiary, so when your husband does not have a green card, you would not be eligible for VAWA until your spouse receives that green card, which can be very, very long, especially for people like in India and China, right? Because the green card wait time is pretty long for that. But you might still receive other benefits if you qualify for another visa type. So you might, if you're being abused, you're married to an H-1B visa holder, you could receive a work permit, right? So that's an option. You could also qualify for a U visa, which is for victims of crime if there's domestic violence, or you might even qualify for a T visa, which is for victims of trafficking. Excuse me. So if your spouse, for example, is forcing you to work, they brought you here to the US and you're responsible for all the domestic duties, you feel trapped, you might qualify for what's called a T visa or a U visa. So call us. It'll depend on your specific situation, on the facts surrounding your life and how they play out, right? So if you are experiencing abuse, you're married to a visa holder that's not a green card holder, you might have options. So give us a call if we can help you. You can reach us at 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And again, as I mentioned before, you can check out our Facebook page on our website, and you can schedule a consultation directly from there if you would like. And that is agarwalimmigration.com, or our Facebook page. Our handle is Agarwal Immigration. Okay? And if you don't already follow us, make sure you do so on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're Agarwal Immigration on all our social media platforms. All right, great. Okay. If you're over your processing time, what can you do, right? If you're over your processing time, what can you do? So if you filed an application and it's taking a really long time, you can check the processing times. That's the first thing you do. And if you're outside of your normal processing times, you can submit an inquiry on the USCIS website. You can call USCIS. There's a customer service number, and let them know it's outside of normal processing time. Sometimes that alone will get it back on track. If that doesn't work, what we suggest doing, or what our firm does, is we call our Congress people, we call our senators, and see if they can help. So usually there's a caseworker that's assigned to Immigration Matters, and they can help move your case along, or at least get more information about your case, so they have a different avenue to communicate with the agency to figure out what's going on with your case. Okay, so I would try that first. And then the last resort is to sue the government. So you can sue the government in a federal lawsuit to force them to make a decision on your case. So you want to be 100% sure, maybe not 100% sure, you want to be pretty sure that you have a strong case, right? Because what you're doing is just forcing a decision. You're not necessarily forcing a good decision. So it's something that you want to think about and assess, because it can be a bit of work, and it can be a little bit expensive to file a federal lawsuit to force a decision on your case. So you may not want to do that if you don't have a strong case to begin with. All right, call us if we can help you. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States and abroad with all types of immigration issues, including business, humanitarian, family. Feel free to call us or go on our Facebook page or our website to schedule a consultation. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm just going through some of your questions here. Excuse me. Okay, what happens if my VAWA petition is approved? What happens if my VAWA petition is approved? So you will be allowed to be here legally in the United States, right? At that point, if you have an approved VAWA, you can remain in the United States. You might be eligible for a green card, right? So usually if your VAWA is approved and you're eligible for a green card and you filed for that green card, you might receive an interview in about a year after your VAWA approval. And then after the interview, a green card interview, you should receive a green card within a couple of weeks of the interview if you're approved. And then of course you can apply for citizenship in either 3 years or 5 years, depending on whether you're married to a US citizen or a green card holder. So VAWA approval can lead to a lot of benefits: permission to be in the United States, work authorization for as long as your VAWA is valid, and ultimately a green card and citizenship as well. So it's huge benefits. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Again, check out our website and our Facebook page if you would like to go online now and schedule your consultation, okay? Great. All right, so what relationship? So how can I qualify for a VAWA, right? So how do I qualify for a VAWA? That's a question that comes up a lot. Excuse me. So how do I qualify for a VAWA? So you can qualify for a VAWA if you are married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. You can qualify for a VAWA if you are a parent or step-parent of a U.S. citizen. And you can qualify for a VAWA if you are the child or stepchild of a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, right? In all of these relationships, there has to be abuse. You have to have lived with this person for any amount of time. And in the case of marriage, it has to be a real marriage, not just for immigration purposes, okay? So you can qualify for VAWA in these different relationship types. If you have questions about it, if you want to see if you're eligible, give us a call, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. You can also find us on Facebook and on our website, agarwalimmigration.com, to schedule your consultation directly from there. If you want to be notified of when I go live, please make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, like us on our social media platforms, and you'll be notified when I'm on live. And share this with your friends that might have immigration questions. They might want to hop on and ask their questions as well. Okay? Great. And again, if you don't know me, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration applications. All right. Great. Let me see here. All right. I submitted my papers 11 months ago. It's a marriage-based. I still haven't received my work permit. Why? So one of the questions I saw earlier was I filed my I-130, right? I filed my I-130, and when am I going to get my work permit? So I-130 doesn't qualify you for work permit. So if you're waiting for a work permit, make sure you submitted the right paperwork. Excuse me. Make sure you submitted the right paperwork, because one, you not only have to be eligible to receive a work permit, right? And when you have a family-based green card or a marriage-based green card, you're not only submitting the petition, but you also have to submit your adjustment of status application. You have to choose the right category for the work permit, right? So if you did all these things and you're still waiting, then you can contact USCIS or submit an inquiry. But if you didn't submit the right paperwork, you may not receive your work permit, right? So call us if we can help, 703-348-1663. All right. Can I apply for TPS if I'm in immigration court? You have to qualify. So you can apply at any point. You have to qualify. I would say work with an immigration attorney if you're in immigration court. We don't actually do many removal cases, but we could certainly refer you to an attorney in your area if I know of those in your area. But I'm currently not taking on removal work, but we can help answer your questions regarding TPS or employment-based cases, humanitarian cases, and family-based cases. All right. Can your partner divorce you without your consent, and is it legal? So we only handle immigration cases. Okay, so we only handle immigration cases. So if you, for example, have a green card application pending and your spouse divorces you, you might still qualify for a VAWA. So if there was abuse in your marriage, you might qualify to apply for a green card on your own. Or if you have a VAWA application pending and you later get divorced, the divorce will not impact your immigration case. But we do only deal with immigration issues. If you have questions regarding divorce or anything related to that, I would suggest talking to a family attorney, a family lawyer in your area. Okay? In terms of immigration, no matter where you are, we can help you because immigration is a federal practice, and we're located outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. My name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration lawyer, and I only handle U.S. immigration cases. So feel free to reach out to us if we can help you with any type of immigration case. Okay? All right, I think these are all the questions I can get to today. I appreciate you joining me. If you would like to join me again, make sure you follow us, like us on our social media platforms. We're Agarwal Immigration. Share this with others that might need immigration help, and I will be on again. And if you have followed us and liked us on our platforms, you should be notified of when I'm back on. All right? Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing some of you at a consultation or on here again. Thank you. Take care. Bye.